Are you tired of living the same year on repeat, year after year? You spend most of your life working long hours to keep roof over your head, pay the bills, and maybe once a year, if you are lucky, go on a short holiday. 2 weeks, a week perhaps? Do you feel trapped? Well, trust me, we've been there. We were there with Marek, my husband. So, if you are craving a change, adventure, if you want to break free, our lifestyle may be the answer. And I know a campsite job and living on site is not everyone's cup of tea. But if you've been watching us for a while, there's a good chance you want this life. So the question is how to turn it into a reality. Well, I've got all the answers for you. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to get a campsite job. Who can get it? What are the requirements? What are the conditions? What are the terms? Where to find these jobs? And can anyone apply? Let's dive in and sort you a life you will fall in love with. If it's your first time here, my name is Kat, and for the last 5 years I've been living and working on a campsite, so I know a thing or two about this lifestyle, and I'm really happy to share my knowledge and answer all your questions about how to become a campsite warden. So before we dive in and I answer the questions you may have, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you would like to know more about living and working on a campsite. I bet your first question is, what's the job, or what are the jobs available on campsites and in holiday parks? Well, it depends on the size of the site, because bigger sites employ a number of staff. They employ receptionists, office staff, administrators, cleaners, gardeners, security officers, DIY specialists, and so on. Smaller sites prefer to hire either a warden who does it all, or a warden couple who covers running the site and looking after the site and looking after the guests. So it depends on the site, and there are many different job options available. However, if you are looking for a live-in option, which gives you a pitch to live on for the duration of your work contract, you are probably the most interested in becoming either a campsite warden or a campsite warden couple. What about qualifications and experience? Do I need a special course? Do I need to complete a degree before I become a campsite warden? The brilliant answer is no. There are no specific qualifications for working as a campsite warden. However, relevant experience will be helpful, and experience which is relevant for working on a campsite is quite wide, which means this job is available for people from many walks of life who did many different jobs, because your skills, hey ho, are transferable. So what you learned in other jobs can be easily applied in your campsite role. I've never worked on a campsite or in a holiday park before. Can I still get a warden job? Yes, you can, especially if you have experience in customer service from other jobs, because trust me, you will be doing loads of customer service as a campsite warden. Campsite warden role is really varied, and experience of work in the office, housekeeping, gardening, any work in hospitality and tourism, restaurant, waitressing, working in a shop, working in an office, being an admin, even being a dog owner will be helpful, because that means you are prepared to walk and be outside in any weather. You are responsive, you are responsible, and you are a caring person. So I would even put having a dog as my relevant experience preparing me for a campsite job. And of course, experience of camping and caravanning yourself, being a guest on site, seeing the sites from a perspective of a user of facilities is also super precious. So really, if you are really keen, if you really want to get this job, I bet you will be able to write a good, convincing CV to get it, because you can draw from almost any job. You could draw something relevant which will help you to get a campsite warden job. Let's play a little game then. Tell me in the comments what work experience you have, and I'm sure I will find at least 3 relevant skills which you can transfer to your campsite job. Yeah? Let's do it. Write the job in your comment, write your work experience in the comment, and I will draw for you your relevant skills and experience. Okay, what are the top 3 according to me to begin with as a newly appointed campsite warden? I think the top 3 skills which will really give you a good start in this industry is great communication skills, great customer service skills, and being resourceful, being a problem solver, thinking on your feet. So if you have any of those 3, you have a very strong position and a good chance to become a new campsite warden. What's the pay? Are those campsite jobs well paid? Well, unfortunately not. You will not become a millionaire after a year of working as a campsite warden or a campsite warden couple. The pay is usually minimum wage or very close to minimum wage, but your real profit, your real bonus, and your real money is somewhere else. The biggest perk of the job and your real income is the pitch and the fact that you can live on site on a fully serviced pitch, hopefully fully serviced, and you don't have to pay for it. Hey ho, this is your place to live, to site your caravan or a motorhome. And despite super high costs of energy, campsites and holiday parks still offers roles with a seasonal pitch with a free electric hookup, which means that most of the money you will earn, you will be able to hold on to, because you will not pay rent, you will not pay council tax, you will not pay for your water or electrics, because normally they are included, which means that perhaps for the first time in years, during colder weather, you will not have to face the choice heating or eating. And yes, you will be living in a caravan or in a motorhome, you will be living in a small space, but you will not have to pay for it. You will not have to pay for electrics, for water, which means you can survive and live really comfortably. Of course, there are job roles which come with different type of accommodation, usually a static caravan, but beware that normally you have to pay rent for your static, and if you get a static, you pay for your electricity and your gas. So it's your choice, it's up to you if you prefer a pitch and you prefer to buy your own unit, or you prefer to rent something from the site, but that will come with a cost. So this is what I meant by breaking free and getting this flexibility and freedom to finally save some money, maybe invest, maybe get your first property. These things are absolutely possible. And also remember that the campsite job usually stops for winter, which leaves you free to explore and do whatever you like for 2 or 3 months in a year. The next super important question is work hours and how many weeks per week you would work as a campsite assistant or a campsite warden. Well, it depends on the site and the number of wardens. If you are the only warden on site, that would be super tough. You can expect to work even 60 or 70 hours per week in the summer for 6 weeks. Tough, yeah. If there are other couples, the normal number of hours is about 30 to 40 per week in the high season, 20 up to 30 in the low season. It depends on the site and the needs of the campsite you work for. If you are interested in progression, this may be your next question. Can a campsite job actually give me a career? And absolutely yes. If you choose the right site, you can progress from being a campsite assistant or a campsite warden to being a senior warden, site assistant manager, and finally the general site manager. What are the best perks of the job? Well, I talk about it in quite a few of my videos, so I will link the whole playlist to you towards the end of this one so you can explore the topic further. But I think my main perk, my favorite perk, is living in a beautiful place, being outdoors, being active, having a healthy lifestyle, and of course living on a seasonal pitch whilst you work on site is a big financial bonus. What are the challenges? Well, most of our customers are absolutely lovely, but in your role as a campsite warden, you will come across people who will disagree with you, who will challenge what you say, and you still have to remain professional. You still have to deliver excellent customer service because they are still paying customers. You have to keep your cool and navigate conflicts, be able to execute rules, even in the middle of the night. Because remember, the purpose of your job is to make sure that all campsite guests have an enjoyable stay, which means both partying customers and their neighbors, and this could be difficult. But worry not, you will get training. Training, yay! Will there be training? Plenty! Of course, especially if you are a non-experienced campsite warden. You will learn at first from your colleagues, from the senior warden, from other wardens, from the campsite manager or the site owner. There will be plenty of practical training how to do the job, loads of health and safety, customer service, fire safety, sometimes even food safety if your work involves working in the bar, admin, Excel, Microsoft Office package, that is a must. So if you are not familiar, you will have to learn. Plenty of different training. Last year I completed 10 different training courses as a part of my campsite job, which really is another perk of the job and a lovely progression. Yeah, there will be training. I hope you are a keen learner. In this video, I'm trying to answer your questions, your possible questions you may have about getting a job as a campsite warden, but it's impossible to cover everything in one video, so please feel free to ask me in the comment section. So the last two things we have to discuss is A, where to find those campsite job adverts, and that's super easy. There are dedicated websites where you can find current vacancies, and you will find them in the description of this video. And the second thing is how to land your dream job. Well, my first tip is do your research. Find out as much as you can about the site. Read the website, read the customer reviews to find out what it's really like there for guests and for staff. Reviews will give you a really good idea what the site is about. What kind of site is it? Is it a family friendly? Is it adult only? Is it for people into fishing, walking? Yeah, find a place which is good for you, because remember, you will live there at least for a year. You will live there, so make sure the location is good for you, because if you find a place where the job is fine, the pay is okay, the whole package meets your needs, you enjoy working with the people who work there, and you enjoy living in the location, trust me, you will not work a single day. You will be so happy to be there. It will be a bliss. Hey, so are you on board? Are you ready to apply? I hope you are, especially if you've been watching my videos about living and working on a campsite for a while and you think, oh, perhaps it's for me. Perhaps it is, because I tell you, deep down in your soul, you know what's best for you, and you know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So I hope this video gave you some good tips and courage to apply. Feel free to ask questions if you have any, or if you have any doubts. Watch my other videos about living and working on a caravan. We have the whole playlist you can watch, so stay with me after this one. And if you find this video relevant, informative and valuable, please give it a like, and if you would like to see more from me, subscribe to the channel. It will give me a huge boost and it will prove that you really like what I'm doing. So, ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video, and happy job hunting!